Hi, welcome to Fitzdog Radio. Oh, it's that time again. I don't know when you listen. Maybe you sit on a beanbag chair with some Bose headphones and eat popcorn and just take it in. Maybe you have like a big old-timey radio and you plug it in and the family sits around it cross-legged. Maybe you're working out, laughing on the fucking elliptical machine, falling off, making a scene. However it is that you do it, I thank you. Thank you for tuning in. It's an honor to be a part of your world. We've done a lot of podcasts together. Spread the word if you enjoy it. We get some great guests coming in every week. This week is no exception. Ian Edwards will be here. He's been here before. Last week, Drew Lynch was here. We had a fucking blast. And then he went away to, I think it was in Spokane, Washington, did a show. And I don't know if you saw this on the internet, but somebody collapsed and went unconscious at his show, had a seizure. I'm not sure what happened, but it required several members of the audience to come together. They did CPR. They saved his life. And Drew stood there and calmed the crowd, got people to help. Paramedics came. They took the guy away. He cried on stage afterwards, which I'm not sure how I feel about that, but he cried. Now, it was very moving. It was very powerful. And then I called him when I heard about it. So I talked to him about it, and he said that he went to the hospital the next day and he spoke to the guy. He said he was an incredible guy, and the guy is a speech pathologist, which is so crazy because Drew has conquered his stutter over the years. I don't even know if you would have noticed that he stuttered during my podcast with him. I don't even know that we talked about it, but he really connected with this guy, saw him in the hospital, and pretty amazing story. So it just goes to show you come and do my podcast, magic things happen in your life. A lot of guys get laid. A lot of women get pregnant who do this show. I had a guy become a knight. He was knighted by the Queen. I was just reading about Prince Andrew, who was an Epstein Island guy. His wife, who I think is Fergie, they just, all of her charities just dropped her, which you got to think is a big fucking deal. Like, she's one of the biggest faces of charitable organizations in the world. They all dropped her because they found a letter that she sent to Epstein apologizing that she had spoken out against him after her brother was named. I think she was trying to get Epstein to not talk about no, not her brother, her husband, right? Yeah, her husband, Andrew, who cheated on her with little girls. Ugh. When's it going to come out? Huh? This guy that I don't like, and I was at a comedy club recently, and I realized that he found out I don't like him, which I am so upset about, because the joy of disliking somebody intensely is that it's anonymous. Once they know, it's not fun anymore. It's almost like, when the Houston Astros had stolen the signs from the LA Dodgers during the World Series, and they knew what pitch the pitcher was going to throw, so they were able to hit it. That's how it is now from now on when I talk to this guy. He's going to know I'm not a fan. And he's going to block my little inroads, my little, how's it going, man? And he gives me some info, and then I call my other friend who doesn't like him, and we talk about it. It's like, I'm undercover. I'm a double agent. Now he knows. Son of a bitch. All right, it's Ian Edwards. No, he's my guest today. I got this. I'm wearing a golf shirt, which I'm looking at myself on camera. I don't normally wear golf shirts unless I'm golfing. That's kind of my rule. Like, when I see guys at my comedy shows and they have golf shirts on, I just think, dude, what other sport do you wear your uniform out at night? You know, play your sport, take the fucking uniform off, and put on a button down or a sweater or a cardigan, even a hoodie. But don't wear a fucking golf shirt because you look like a guy who plays golf. I love playing golf. It is one of the biggest joys in my life. I can't wait to retire and play 4 days a week. But I don't want to be seen, or I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't want to be known as a golfer. It's just not, of all the sports to be known as being good at, golf is at the bottom of the list. Number one would be like MMA. You know, number two would be surfing. Number three would be lacrosse, ice hockey. But golf, the whole stigma is a bunch of rich white guys talking about stocks, which is not. I play at Penmar, which is my local course in Venice, and it's fucking great. It's all blue collar kind of dudes, a lot of guys that are older that have been playing there for 30 years and characters, and you know, it's not like that. I do play the good courses. I get invited to do these benefit shows sometimes. I just got asked, actually, I'm performing at Bel Air Country Club in a week. And they're paying me, but they're also giving me a free round of golf at what is considered maybe the best course in LA. So I'll whore myself out for free golf. Not free. I'm getting paid. I'm double dipping. I was just in Denver this past weekend. Thank you so much to the crowds that came out. Literally second favorite club in the country. And as people know, I say that only so that nobody ever asks me what my first favorite. It might in fact be my favorite club. Sold out a bunch of shows. Saw a bunch of people that come back every year. I had Jeff Garlin was in town playing the other club. So I went out for a whole afternoon with Jeff Garlin. And man, that motherfucker cracks me up. He goes a mile a minute. It's exhausting. I needed a nap after hanging out with Jeff Garlin, but I really had a great time. He's a fun dude. How's my volume? My volume's a little low. I think I turned it up a touch. I was thinking about like the worst. I was thinking about like people were really drunk and high. Like everybody in Denver gets high for the show, which is kind of good. Like they laugh a lot, but then you talk to them after the show and they've been drinking and they're on edibles. And the thing is, you come off as kind of dumb. You're literally killing brain cells. You're lowering your ability to think quickly. You are abbreviating your vocabulary. You're dumber. And yet the worst thing anybody, you never want to be called, that guy's dumb. Dude, you're an idiot. How fucking stupid are you? Like, it's the worst thing to be considered, and yet that is our number one recreational activity when we're not working, is to make ourselves dumber. To meet up with people that we find interesting and funny, and then all get dumb together. Lower the level of the conversation. Why? Because it makes you feel more? Because it lets you access your emotions? Go to therapy. That's what I did. I'm pretty shut down in some ways. I feel like when I drank, it's true. I was looser. I think I cried more. I was like Drew Lynch, crying all the time. You also don't want to be called, there's so many things that people will call other people that nobody ever calls themselves. Like people say that guy's a libtard. And there will be a certain percentage of the population that will all assess that person and go, yeah, that's a libtard. Or that guy's a incel. But nobody would ever say, I'm incel. Literally not one person would say, I'm incel. And yet it's very obvious when you meet a guy who's online 14 hours a day and masturbating and hating on women and I guess it gets raised. It always ends up being against the Jews. Any of the hate any of the conspiracy. Boy, you do it long enough, you're going to hate the Jews. I don't know why. That's where it ends up. That's where dumb think gets you eventually. But yeah, and now Antifa is becoming a thing. That the government has now declared that Antifa is a terrorist organization, which is like saying that it's like saying socialism. That's probably not even a good. It's like saying fascism is a terrorist organization. It's not an organization. It's a mindset. It's a what's the word I'm thinking of? It's not a philosophy, not a mindset. It's a ideology. It's an ideology. It's not an organized set of officers and captains that are sowing disruption. It's just a way to say, here's a big umbrella that we're saying everything under this big umbrella is illegal. And then you can start throwing things under that you want. You can throw in socialists. You can throw in progressives. You can start saying that these people fit the description of Antifa because it's such a wide misunderstanding of what an organization really is. Wait, that's a bad example because those were also... No, it's like throwing the ACLU under there. It's like throwing any organization that the people that Greenpeace, you can put them under Antifa because some people that have worked for Greenpeace have committed acts of eco-terrorism. Therefore, Greenpeace is Antifa, and therefore the government has rights to violate their civil liberties in pursuit of shutting down terrorism, which is just a big... It's like what they did with Kimmel. There is just ways of going around the Constitution right now that we have to be very... I'm not going to get political because we did on Sunday Papers and we lost. I don't know how many people wrote in saying, I'll never listen again. I'm sorry that I have a set of beliefs that might be a little different than yours. Can you just hear me out for 4 minutes of a 1 hour and 20-minute podcast? Is that possible for you? Anyway. All right, let's get to it. I will be at Comics in Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun Casino, September 26th and 27th. Fairbanks, Alaska, October 1st through the 4th. Vegas at Brad Garrett's, October 13th through 19th. There's a Best Buddies benefit at the Comedy Store, October 30th. Big name acts. Get your tickets now. The Den Theater in Chicago, November 8th. Also coming to Skankfest in New Orleans. Phoenix just announced at the Punchline, November 28th through 30th. San Francisco Punchline, December 11th through 13th. Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, December 26th and 27th. Go to Fitzdog.com. Click on the link. It'll show you how to get tickets. Buy some. Bring some friends. Support live comedy. I can't wait to see you. Got a new hour of fun stuff. My guest today is a guy who's kind of a hybrid. He is an actor. He is a writer. He's a comedian. He's written on shows like The Keenen Ivory Wayans Show, The Boondocks. We wrote together on a Jamie Foxx sketch show called In the Flow back in a number of years ago. We wrote on Crashing together on HBO. He wrote on Blackish, Two Broke Girls, The Carmichael Show. He's also performed on Conan at Midnight. Just tons of shit. He's on Joe Rogan today. I'm competing with Joe Rogan for the same guest today. He's out promoting his new special, which we'll talk about. Kick back, get your popcorn ready, settle into the beanbag. Here's my talk with Ian Edwards. All right, I'm here with my guest, Ian Edwards, who is microphone challenged. He's been in front of microphones now for about 27 years. How many years have you been doing stand-up?
Over 20 years. That's the highest I tell people.
Yeah.
But it's been a minute.
Do you feel like people say 14 years is how long it takes to get really good?
Right. I say 7 is like the first time you kind of know who you are.
Yes.
And then 14 is like a really good time.
Yes.
To be like in like high gear.
7 is the least amount of time you should be doing stand-up before you start headlining rooms.
Right.
I see these guys like they do Kill Tony a dozen times, and all of a sudden they're headlining rooms, and they're used to doing 5 minutes. You know.
The world don't change. I'm not even mad at them. Like you can't trust.
I didn't say I was mad at them, Ian.
But I'm just saying that like you can't trust the industry to figure this out for you.
Right.
So especially in this, the way, like look how long I've waited for like a special.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like, hey man, don't wait for people to tell you you're ready. And,
no. Well, Bill Burr, did Bill Burr produce your first special?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you waited for Bill Burr to tell you were ready.
Yeah. No, I waited for Burr to get a deal and say, hey man, you should have him on Comedy Central and give him a special because you never gave him one before.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I waited for. But I've done stuff for Comedy Central, like their stand-up shows and shit, but they never gave me a half hour or anything.
Right, right. Plus, it was always like, there used to be little talk shows and shit that you get on, you know, like Tough Crowd was on for a while, and what was the other one that Comedy Central did? Was David Spade on Comedy Central? I think so.
Yeah.
That what was that show called?
I did that
Lights
a few
Out?
times.
Lights Out with David
Spade. Yeah, I did Lights Out a few times, yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, I did that. I did, Baron Vaughn had a show on there. I think one time Comedy Central did a version of Russell Simmons' Def Jam, so I wrote on that and was on there.
And then Chocolate News was Comedy Central, right?
Chocolate News was Comedy Central. Yeah.
Were you on that or just wrote on that?
Just wrote on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a fun ass show.
I was looking, you know, I always research my guests, even though I've known you for a lot of years. I still do my work.
That's good. That's good. It's good muscle to keep exercising and flexing. Hey, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Ian Evers?
And they said, and they gave me a list of 17 Ian Evers. No, you were the first one to pop up. But I forgot how many shows you've written on. You've written on a lot of TV shows. Jesus Christ.
I forgot too.
I mean,
could you remind me of something? Because I don't know. No,
you wrote on Keenan. Keenan had a show. Yep.
Shit.
Keenan Ivory Wayans.
No, I'm kidding. I remember that.
Well, you wrote on In the Flow with Afion Crockett on Fox.
Well, we wrote on.
We wrote on that together, which was a Jamie Foxx produced show.
Right.
And when we say Jamie Foxx produced, Jamie Foxx spent a lot of money. Yeah, I remember he did.
Was it his money or the network's money?
It was the network's money. He had one sketch. I came on late. I came on like maybe halfway through, and they had already shot one sketch where they blew like half the budget on one sketch at a mansion with a bunch of sports cars. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I wasn't on that shoot.
Oh, you weren't?
But I remember now vaguely the sketch. But so let me tell you something. We were writing on the show, right? We were writing on the show. Jamie wasn't even around yet. He was a producer, but he was busy doing something. And then he comes in, and then they shoot that sketch. And then, like, at the same time, the first set of sketches we wrote, they were like, all right, we're going to put this show on right after American Idol. like this is going to be
Sunday nights, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we want this to do well.
Yeah.
And then the more the show went on, the more we got demoted. All right, we're going to cut this down from 9 episodes to 6 just to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But then, so what did they, when they brought you guys in, it was you and
Hugh Fink.
And Hugh Fink, right?
Yeah.
Experienced writers.
Yeah.
What did they tell y'all? Because they made you read all our sketches.
Yes.
To determine what. So what was, like, you guys came in like the cleaner. The fixer.
I didn't know that when I came in. I just know I got hired, and then me and Hugh walk in, and then all of a sudden, like, the producer from Fox is like, all right, so you guys are in charge. And we're like, well, I didn't. First of all, I'm not getting paid for in charge money.
Oh shit, they stay blindsided y'all too?
Yeah. No, it was just, I think they did it to freak you guys out. To make you think that there was like new people coming in to shake things up, and that was not at all what we came in to do.
That's how it was presented to us.
Yeah, well, that was a false.
Oh shit! So who did that?
It was I'm gonna say his name.
No, don't say the name. But like, what's the branch of the organization we know the organization, but
it was the head of the production side
Right.
of the studio side, not the network side.
not the network.
Yeah, and so we came in, and I remember like they did tell, and all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, look at the sketches." So we're in the writers' room, and we're like, there was so many index cards on the wall for
Right.
sketches, and so we didn't read all the scripts. So we were just like looking at the board, and we're like, "What's like what's this one?" And it said, "Leave it to Bieber." And I go, "Oh, okay, what's that?" And then somebody goes, "Well, it's Leave It to Beaver, except it's with Justin Bieber." And I go, "Okay, what's the sketch?" And they were like, "Well, that's the sketch."
But who's explaining it to you? Who's the person explaining
I
it to
think
you?
it was Chris Spencer, maybe.
Chris Spencer.
And I was just like, "Well, that's not a sketch. That's just the title for a sketch."
Yeah, I don't remember that sketch.
Yeah.
But I just remember there was we had a bunch of really great sketches.
Yes.
And that's when we got bumped up,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then all the sketches got thrown out.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that was before we came on.
Before you guys came.
Yeah.
So then we were like kind of deflated.
Uh-huh. The room felt deflated.
Yeah. So we wrote in deflation mode.
Yep.
Some news because we know those sketches were good.
Yeah.
And they got okayed all the way up until a certain point, and then somebody was like, "Nah,
Yeah.
nah." Like if the network likes these, that means that they got to be more harder because the networks likes them.
Yeah.
So they threw them out, and I was like, "But these are funny, just regardless."
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing was so much money got spent on Jamie's early sketches that they had to sort of pare down how many actors could be in a sketch, whether or not it was remote, whether or not it needed props, whether or not it So by the time we were there, they were like, "Okay, green screen, 2 actors." Like that was it. Like that's why I came up
like what we're doing now.
Exactly. And and this is at the peak. This is at the peak of this podcast. But it was like, I remember, the show is called In the Flow with Affion Crockett. And Affion is a very talented guy who does
100%.
impressions, good sketch actor. And then Jamie was the producer. So they came together, but they weren't really working together. And it was almost like there was 2 camps of people working on the show. You had Jamie's crew, and then you had Affion's crew.
Right.
And Jamie's crew weren't necessarily the most experienced writers. Not all of them. Like some of them were. But then there was this one guy who was a full staff writer. And I said, and they said to me, "Well, you need to hire somebody for," I'm not going to say the guy's name, hire somebody for him. And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Well, he doesn't know how to write. He can't write. He can't type. And so he needs an assistant."
Right.
Meanwhile, like the guy wouldn't even pitch. Like we'd have pitch meetings, and he wouldn't even have an idea. But he lived in Jamie's guest house, and so Jamie said, "Well, you should be a writer because you're funny." And meanwhile, you have like guys like Chris Spencer that are like super talented, like and then what was the guy's name? The Boondocks guy. Carl
Jones.
Carl Jones, a fucking great writer.
Yeah, and he's created so much stuff, and he like so it's funny. Carl came into me in Hugh Moore's office and said, "They're gonna shake some stuff up around here, but you two are good because everybody's contract was it 13
weeks.
13 weeks. So then after 13 weeks, you get to decide if they're new.
Right.
So they like you said, like some of the writers weren't experienced. So they were going to like get rid of some of the inexperienced writers when their 13-week contract was up, and everybody's contract was up at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I had felt good about the shit that I wrote, and so did Hugh.
Yeah.
And Carl was like, "Don't worry, man, you guys are good."
Yeah.
But they are going to, exchange some people. And then on the 13th, a week before the 13th day, they called the producers, not Carl, some other people called us into the office. And it was like, "Yeah, man, this is your last week."
No.
Yeah. Because remember, you didn't see me after. And then me and Hugh were Hugh was like,
I didn't remember that.
I thought we were supposed to.
Damn, you guys were the best writers. staff writers.
Yeah.
Hugh Moore used to pitch the wildest shit. He was the kind of guy, like, he would throw, some pitchers throw fastballs up the middle.
Right.
Hugh threw sliders, knuckleball, stuff that didn't always get across the plate, but when it did, it was like a killer.
Right.
You know, I haven't heard from that guy in a while, but no, it was crazy. And then I come in, and it's the first day, and we're sitting around the table, and we're pitching on stuff, and I don't know half the people.
Right.
So I'm like, so somebody goes, all right, we need somebody who's like a famous person who's like in the closet gay. And so someone's like Tom Cruise, somebody goes John Travolta, and then I go Wayne Brady. And then everybody goes, like, everybody's eyes go wide and people are like quiet. And I go, what the fuck just happened? And then it turns out one of the writers was currently dating Wayne Brady.
She was dating Wayne.
And she goes, trust me, he's not gay. I was like, I'm just saying what I heard. I don't know.
Oh, man.
And to her credit, she was totally cool to me.
Right.
Except then Wayne Brady came to visit her at work one day. Did you hear about this?
Nah. I was probably gone by then.
So Wayne comes to the office to visit her one day. And I'm standing, and so she's in her office, and I went in to give her something, and then I came out, and then he was by the elevator, and there was nobody around, and then he looks at me and he goes, "You know, I was gonna beat your ass." And then I just hear like snickering, and it was Hugh Fink was behind the door, and he heard Wayne Brady threaten to kick my ass. He couldn't stop laughing. And then I started laughing, and then Wayne just left. Can you imagine getting beat up by Wayne Brady?
Oh, shit.
He's a strong guy. He's a dancer.
Yeah, he's a dancer. You can't say things that doesn't correlate as like being. You have to be strong to be a dancer, but it's not the first thing. He's a strong guy. He's a boxer. He's a strong guy. He's a bodybuilder. He's a strong guy. He's a dancer.
You didn't see West Side Story? The Sharks and the Jets.
Those dancers were tough back then.
And that woman who was a really good writer, she went on to create a show and won an Emmy.
Yeah.
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 Very good writer.
All right. And then Wayne Brady came out as
something sexual.
Yeah.
It wasn't bi, it wasn't homo, it was like maybe pansexual or something.
Something that I think encompassed, that included dating.
Yeah. Men.
What you accused of.
Yes.
Or what you heard, the rumors you heard.
Right.
Yeah. So,
right.
Yeah. So it's funny.
But then he did that sketch on the Chappelle Show where he comes up as a gangbanger, and that broke it open for him. That made everybody go like,
was that
all right.
before or was that before our show?
Probably before.
Yeah.
So he was a little tougher then.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you got a new special out. Very excited. I haven't seen it because it's not out yet.
I haven't seen it either.
No.
No, I've seen it.
No.
Too many times.
Were you sick editing it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was some glitches in every time it got whenever we do the final edit and we upload it to Vimeo just to look at it.
Yeah.
Like you have to like stare at it and not take your eyes away. You can't just listen to it. You gotta listen and watch.
All right.
And I've done it so many times. Like I had a friend named Paul Elia. Like we do sketches and stuff, and he's a comic. And
see the guy that plays your roommate?
Yeah. He plays
yeah. He's great.
But he's like a good director and shit. So then he just took over like watching it, and then he'd be like, all right, I found 5 glitches, which is a normal thing when you upload.
Yeah.
But last week he's like, hey man, listen, they got to get these glitches out.
Yeah.
Because I can't watch this again.
Right.
I was like, I feel you. That's why I'm asking you to watch it. You're a producer.
Yeah.
You got to watch it. I can't watch that thing.
Oh man.
Yeah. But it's funny though. It's funny.
Yeah.
But if you editing yourself.
Yeah.
And watching yourself. On a daily basis.
Yeah. Not only do you dislike you'll see a bit that you've since done and you know you can do it better now. And now you're watching like the shell of what the bit became. And now you're locked into that. And you're also looking at your stupid face.
Yeah.
And you're fucking how old you look, you know, and you just, oh my God, you just get so sick of it all. But where did you shoot it?
At the Comedy Store in La Jolla.
Oh, dude, that's one of my favorite rooms in the country.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite rooms in the country. You know, I fucks with the Comedy Store hard.
Yeah.
And they let me shoot it up there. So I appreciate them, and they cooperated. We painted the back wall, got the crew up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then the crowds, those San Diego crowds.
Killer. They just come to have fun.
I don't know
they
what
rock
it is.
With you. Yeah.
They just want to have fun.
Yeah.
There's no, because like there's so many political states now or cities, and San Diego, you know, it's considered conservative, but people that come to clubs tend to be more liberal, so they kind of leave that shit at the door.
Yeah.
You know, there's none of that. Like you can talk about anything.
They treat it like the beach. They go to the beach to have fun.
Right.
And do all the beach shit.
Yeah.
They bring their surfboards or their Nerf boards or their volleyballs, and they're just like out there at the beach, and they come to the club.
Yep.
Let's come in comedy club beach mode. You know
No,
what
when
I
I
mean?
see a guy in flip flops in the crowd, I'm like, that guy's here to laugh.
Yeah.
You know, if I see a guy with a sunburn, he wants to have fun.
A guy with a I own a boat shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Even a golf shirt.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. Like, golf is the only sport where you wear your uniform when you're not playing the sport.
Hilarious.
Like, you don't see a lacrosse player with like a face mask walking down the street.
Unless it's Halloween.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's their big day. They get to show everybody they play lacrosse. And then, so the special will come out on YouTube.
YouTube on the 23rd.
Yeah.
At Ian Edwards
September?
Stand Up. September.
Yeah.
At Ian Edwards Stand Up.
Yeah.
And oh, so I don't know if I told you this about the special.
No.
So I shot it last year. And then I was going to release it early, like in January, and then the fires happened.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I was like, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't be like, hey, I know shit is burning.
Hey.
Here's a special.
If you still have a house, I'd like you to sit on your couch and watch this special.
Yeah,
no, and then every interview you do around the country, they're going to be asking you about the fires, and you don't have 5 minutes of material about the fires.
Not just that, but the fires just also kill the mood.
Yeah.
Of the whole, like for me, like you love California.
Yeah.
Right. And I love California. And I'm from New York, but I'm not one of them New Yorkers. I love New York too.
Yeah.
I love New York hard.
Right.
I paid the money for the title of I'm from New York.
That's right.
Like, you know, I paid the rents out there.
Yep.
You know, I walked the streets out there. But I also feel like just being in LA, it's been a good, fun, growth, learning experience. And I've reconnected with people like you and Joe out here.
Yeah.
And just other comics, and made a set of new friends. Because leaving New York, like I had a good comic friend base,
right,
where we would hang out every night, do our shows and hang out every night and just laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then to come to LA and figure out the same system and be able to get on stage and get writing jobs and make some money.
Right.
And so I feel like I owe a lot to California.
Yeah.
And for it not disappointing me after leaving New York. 'Cause
yeah.
I appreciate the beach and everything out here. And especially on January 1st of this year, I went to the beach and I went to the Palisades. So 7 days later for that shit to be gone.
Oh, yeah.
Was like, wow, that shit just...
Yeah, I don't think people realize it was a blip in the news for the rest of the country, but we're still living with it now.
Yeah, we're still living with it now.
You know.
So the thing about the special, releasing it now, I wanted to do something during the fire for the people who suffered and victims. And I was like, let me release this special, and all the money that it makes from views or AdSense, like I'll donate to a charity that helps victims of the fire. So I don't make any money.
That's what you're doing with this special?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with this special.
Get out of here.
100%, yeah.
What's the charity?
I don't know. but I'm not collecting money. So if anybody has an idea, because I know there's some top-heavy, like, what do they call those charities where all the money goes into to the administration?
Right.
So, like, listen, just watch the special, and I'll do it like I'll prove it, I'll show it, like I'll make a video, show people how much it make,
right?
And like if you there's a legit charity, you know what I mean?
Well,
like, let me know and I'll send the money.
Yeah, I think that's good. If people have ideas about a great charity, send them to Ian. What's a good contact email for people? Do you have like one for your website or something?
Yeah, at Ian Edwards Stand Up. It's a new email I just made. Ian Edwards Stand Up @gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Send him in if he has an idea. But
put it in the comments under the special too. Yeah.
Right. That's actually a great idea. But here's the thing: you can do a donate tab on your YouTube page.
But I don't want to touch, like, and then but people can
donate to the charity.
Donate to the charity. Yeah.
Like
I'll do that too. Like, but I don't want. I want to give whatever money I make from the thing.
Yeah.
To a charity.
That's beautiful. Yeah. I love that.
So the donate, I can put the donate thing there too.
Right.
But I don't feel like it's me giving. You feel me? Like I want to actually give.
Right.
Like I don't want to.
Yeah, but look at it this way. I did a donate tab to me on my special,
right.
And I made like $10,000.
Right.
So if you do that and you give the money away, that's $10,000 that would have been in your pocket.
All right. So what you're saying, do that too, and then
do that, and then also with YouTube, as you know, the more views you get, the more ad revenue you get from the commercials they run on your thing. So then you'll make whatever on that, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'll send that to the charity.
So you're doing, and then you paid for the special yourself?
Yeah.
So that's also a donation.
Yeah, but it's not a donation unless people watch it and make get to that point. Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, that's beautiful. You're a good person.
I mean, I'm trying, bro.
Yeah.
There's too much divisiveness in the world.
Right.
And I'm a very hypocritical or critical person.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm like, you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
To help nobody.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
I know.
Instead of just sit back and just be like, look at that, look at that. You know?
Well, that's why, like, I try to not talk politics on my podcast, like, because I have one called Sunday Papers. You know Mike Gibbons, my buddy Mike Gibbons. Yeah. So we do that together, and we try to keep it. It's about the news, but we usually don't talk politics if we can. You know, we try to avoid it. You know, we do stupid stories. But then, like, when the Kimmel thing happened last week, I was finally like, I can't not talk about the fact that the First Amendment is completely being abused in this country. And that's the backbone of our democracy. Because once the government controls the media and the message that people are getting, they no longer have truth to help inform their decisions any longer. And you can control them. So I spoke out about that. And oh my God, so many people. I'm not watching your podcast anymore. I just dropped you. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, I guess there's two sides to every story, but I don't see the other side of, forcing a show off the air because it went counter to what the president thinks. Right. Anyway, so I don't want to get back into it. We'll lose even more followers.
Yeah, man, we need people to watch this episode.
I know. And watch this. And what's the name of the podcast, the special?
Untitled. See, you're laughing already.
Are you going to keep it untitled?
Yeah. Untitled.
Is it going to be starring Anonymous?
Yeah. I'm the only. I mean, I'm pretty anonymous comically to most people anyway. So there you go.
And then you're going to go on Joe Rogan this week.
Yeah, I'm going on Rogan this week.
Okay, that'll be good.
Yeah,
that'll reach some people.
Yeah.
And then who else you doing? I know you've done everybody. You've been on Marin's, you've been on Pete Holmes, you've been on Joey Diaz.
But I gotta get back on all of those.
You gotta do them all.
I gotta do them all.
Are you booking all that yourself?
Yeah, which is like terrible. Like I'm tough. I'm terrible at reaching out to people.
Yeah.
So I haven't even really.
I know. I reached out to you to do this podcast.
Yeah. I barely text Rogan.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to ask him.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I was like, I gotta. Now, if it's good that I'm doing it this way. Because then now I'm not thinking about me.
Right.
So I'm texting people to watch it, to get the money from the views to donate. So I guess I gotta not look at it as like me asking.
Well, you're asking for the people with burned out homes in the Palisades.
Right.
That's how you got to think about it.
Listen, I'm trying to help rich white people get back on their feet, y'all. But Altadena.
I mean, these are the guys that hire you on their TV shows, right?
They need to get back on their feet so they can hire me to write. You know what? This is for me. Fuck it. This is for me. I saved the Palisades.
It's trickle down. It's trickle down economics.
Trickle down economics. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait, and then the other show we wrote on, Crashing with Pete Holmes.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Which was, were you there for the first year?
I was there season 2. We did 3 seasons.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was
season
there 2 and 3. I think you were there 2 and 3.
But then we did like.
Then we broke stories for a 4th season.
For a 4th season.
So we wrote scripts for a 4th season that never got shot.
Right.
So if there's anybody out there with deep pockets that misses Crashing, we got the scripts. We just need you to pay for the sets and the actors.
Right.
And I felt like that was a good season, but the problem is the show kind of like, Judd kind of closed the show out. Like he kind of saw it, like British shows have restraint. British series, they'll be like, all right, here's a story, 8 episodes, 3 seasons. You're kind of done. You're done with the story. Right. The U.S., like 2.5 Men goes on for 10 years, you know? And so I think Judd had the restraint to go like, we just told a really good story. And it feels like we wrapped up everything. And we were all like, no, there's another season out of this one. So we wrote the scripts, but then I think Judd in the end was like, no, let's.
I think it was Judd or HBO, because who brought us back to create episodes for season 4?
HBO did.
HBO did.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
But I don't know. I don't know who shut it down, but it left me one credit short. You know, in the Writers Guild, if you get qualified for health coverage, 17 years, doesn't have to be in a row, any 17 years.
Any 17 years.
Then you get coverage for free for the rest of your life.
Right. That's your last Writers Guild job?
That was my last Writers Guild job.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know.
We got to get you. We got to help these people in the Palisades to get you back.
Let me tell you something. So I have 16 out of 17 years. I need one more credit. So if Crashing got picked up, I would be right now. I'm paying $40,000.
You'd be eating recklessly.
That's
right.
Right.
You'd be like.
I'd have ramen with shrimp, not the chicken ramen.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd be eating candy bars right now because you could afford the health bill. You'd be like, this is on the doctors. This is on the Guild, baby.
I enjoy some diabetes now.
Yeah.
But no, so I need one more year of health coverage, and I'm out pitching a script next month.
Right.
And we'll see if somebody buys that, then I'll be in good shape.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to pull me on one of the fucking shows you're on every 6 months.
All right, bet. I'll do it. I'm worried. Like once you told me that, I was like, have I done 17 years? And I'm afraid to see how short I might fall of the 17 years.
Well, because the cable ones don't count. This got to be a network WGA show. No, Crashing does.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's got to be.
But I've done cable the ones shows. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I've done like some, like.
You wrote.
I've done like some MTV shit, some BET.
Yeah, that stuff's not going to count. But you did
count,
Blackish. Your Blackish counts. You were on.
Gerard show.
Gerard Carmichael's show. That was network.
Yeah.
I bet you're pretty close.
Yeah, I might be closer than I think, but I just like, it's like my age. I don't think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, let me just keep trying to get on some shows and get some
I mean, look, you're 31. I think you got a lot of writing ahead of you.
True.
Yeah.
No doubt.
How old are the women that you date usually?
At least 30 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the oldest they are?
30 something.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, because it's funny. Like some comics, they really do date. Not just comics, but like I got friends from college that get divorced. You know, I'm 59. All of a sudden, they're dating 29-year-old women. I'm like, dude, what do you talk to them about? You know?
What do you think they got divorced for?
Right.
To date somebody your age?
Yeah, I know. Which would be easy.
Yeah.
I mean, 59-year-old women, are you kidding me? In this town? Nobody even looks at
Nobody
you.
Nobody looks at you?
They don't look at you.
All right. They don't look at who don't look at who?
A male 59-year-old does not look at a female 59-year-old.
Yeah. I feel like some 59-year-old women are hot.
Yeah.
So they can get younger dudes.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I feel.
Well, Annie's boyfriend is younger than her. Mm-hmm. And then...
she's not 59.
No.
Let's just clear that up.
She just turned 40, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Wouldn't you thought she was like 10 years younger than that?
Yeah.
She shoots her podcast in the studio as
she
well.
does?
Yeah. But no, there's another comic whose boyfriend is way younger. I can't remember who it is. But female comics can pull young cock.
Young.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to say it so porny?
Well,
young cock.
I'm trying to keep the show edgy. I want the podcast to be edgy.
I feel you.
You did my podcast many times, but you remember my old office, my little office in Venice.
Yeah. That was that. Or I did the one right across from this Cloverfield.
Yeah, no, that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
You call it Venice?
I
guess it was.
Yeah, that's Venice. Maybe Mar Vista.
Actually, you would know better than me.
It's either Venice or Mar Vista. Yeah. Right. But that was a small little rundown place, but it had good vibes. You know, I spent a lot of time in that office.
Hilarious.
It was like 15 by 10. Mm-hmm. And I during COVID, man, when everybody was trapped with their families and going crazy and drinking too much, I'd be like, I gotta go to work, and I would just go to that office. I had my lazy boy, I had my flat screen TV, I had a coffee maker and a mini fridge.
Does your wife listen to this podcast?
No, never.
Thank God.
Not
so she
once.
won't find out.
Not once. She's never listened.
Word?
Yeah.
Does that bug you?
Not at all. I love it.
Yeah.
She comes and sees me do stand up once or twice a year.
Right. Yeah. She's over. I've been together so long.
She's not over. She was never into it in the first place. That's why I love her. You know, because here's the thing. Like, if you get a 32-year-old woman, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. How'd you get her?
Charm, charisma. No, I'm just kidding. She saw me do stand-up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I like that my wife doesn't like me because of the stand-up.
Where did you guys meet?
The Friars Club in New York.
The Friars Club in New York.
Yeah. And so we had a mutual friend who introduced us. Mm-hmm. I said to the mutual friend, I'm going to marry your friend someday. And then I proposed at the Friars Club 3 years later in the same room.
Yeah. You guys have a really romantic story.
Yeah, it's good to have a good start story.
Mm-hmm.
To have I talked to this couple on stage this weekend. I was at the Denver Comedy Works, and I said, so how long you guys been together? And they go, well, we've been together for 6 months. And I said, why are you hesitating? And she goes, well, we were together before for like 8 years. No, for like a year, 8 years ago. And I said, well, what happened? He goes, I woke up in a Vegas hotel room and she was gone. Like, she just got up and left.
Oh, shit.
Because she was, like, newly divorced, and I guess they'd gone out for a year, and she realized that I go, so you needed to get with some more guys.
Right.
Because her husband had been her first, she lost her virginity to her husband. And then she went straight to this guy. Mm-hmm. I said, so you went out and you got laid with a bunch of, she goes, yep. I go, how do you feel about that, sir? He's like, not good. But they were trying to get it back together again.
Trying to get it back together.
So that's not like a story you can tell your kids, you know?
That sounded romantic as fuck to me.
You ever been engaged?
Nah, never been engaged.
You ever live with somebody?
Nah.
You ever say I love you to somebody?
Yeah. All the time.
All the time? That's your go-to move.
No, it's not. When I love you, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, people feel like, so here's a revelation I had when I was like 7 years old. And so I was a kid, I'm watching TV. And I see a bunch of friends sitting down at a dinner party in this movie. And they're eating, they're drinking wine, and they're talking, and they're having fun.
Yeah.
And I'm young, so to me, they're old.
Yeah.
You know? But they might have just been in their 30s.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, that's what I want for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I want for the rest of my life. And I said that, and it was a moment in my young brain.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, I don't know, at that moment, I was like, I don't want to be married. I just want to hang out with my friends, eat, drink, and laugh.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I was like, I didn't think you could achieve that in a marriage.
Right.
But I wanted to do that every night.
Yeah.
And then, so then later on, I'm doing comedy. And even like 15 or 10 years ago, I realized that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
What I saw in that movie.
Right.
Because after every comedy show, all the comics go to a diner in New York or somewhere.
Yeah.
Or Swingers here.
Right.
Or Fred 62s. And we just eat, laugh, and just drink tea, coffee, or alcohol.
Yeah.
But there's no, you don't have to go home. And to me, that's family.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Like I did what I thought about, or that struck me, like when I was like 7 years old. I just never felt like my sister has kids. My sisters have kids. Like I have family.
Yeah.
I have cousins. I have my mom.
Right.
I have a brother. But I don't know.
But I see that with you. I see your relationships, and they're deeper than most people's relationships are. You know, like I see you with like Sarah Mello.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll see you guys after the show at West Side. You guys will go out and hang, and I feel like you have like an ease and like a deepness to your friendships.
Right.
Which I consider myself lucky enough to be one of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can get out the house. we can, like even Fahim the other night, I hung out with him the other night, but then last night he was like, "You want to go eat?" And to be honest, the pandemic is the only thing that kind of like make me stop going out eating as much as I used to.
Right.
I know there's just some type of a shift.
Yeah.
Where we weren't doing it for like 2 years, so then it was like I just got used to being home after that.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? But
I watch
before
way more TV now than I used to.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. Here's a crazy shit. A week before the pandemic, I came in the crib from a shows and eating with a bunch of comics at 3 a.m. And I was like, it's 3 a.m. I'm going to watch 2 hours of TV and go to bed at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is great. It's like, I don't see this ever changing. And then the pandemic happened. And I was in front of my TV at 8 a.m. like a Midwestern family, man, just watching whatever everybody else was watching at the same time.
Yeah.
Everybody else was watching it. And I was like, I don't mind this.
Yeah. No, it's not bad when you're comfortable with yourself. Like when I'm on the road, I have good weeks and bad weeks. Like this past weekend was not a good week. And I think it's because I don't work much in the summer, you know, because you know what it's like. You go to a club and nobody shows up, and then the club owner goes, well, you can't draw.
Right.
And so I usually don't work in the summer. I did a little bit. But this week in Denver started my fall tour, which is like, you know, I go away Thursday, come back on Sunday. But I think because it was the first week of it, I felt really lonely, and I felt really depressed. And the shows didn't suffer. The shows get better because that's the only time of the day I feel alive and I feel excited. And otherwise, it's just, you know, I'm sitting in the hotel just like fucking counting time, you know. And but then once I get in the groove, like I'm in Connecticut next weekend, then I'm in Alaska the week after that. Like I'll get into that. It's transition getting back into
the road mode.
Yeah, road mode is like you have to accept time and you have to accept your own voices, and which means I got to meditate, I got to work out, I got to try to read, I got to reach out to people instead of shutting down. Sometimes I shut down on the road.
All right, I'll hit you when you're on the road.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call you up.
Especially Alaska. Last time I went to Alaska, the club owner's like, "No, you come up, we're going to take you out. We're going to see the Northern Lights. Blah, blah. I get up there, and there was 2 guys that run the club. It's actually like 3 different clubs in Fairbanks. One guy goes out of town, and the other guy's like, oh, we're getting ready to move. I fucking sat in a hotel room in Fairbanks. I didn't see shit for 4 days, and it's dark out early.
Oh, man.
It was so depressing. So I'm going back in 2 weeks, and I already said to them, I'm not coming unless you guys line. I want to see the itinerary.
Yeah.
I want to be on an Iditarod. I want to be ice fishing. I don't give a shit.
I want to kill a polar bear. We riding polar bears.
Yeah. I want to come home wearing a bear skin from this trip with salmon in my carry-on luggage.
Hilarious. Still flapping.
Yeah, I want it flapping. I want an Eskimo chasing me, going, "That's my fish.
That's my dinner."
But you got road work. Oh, you got you're writing on the show now. What show are you writing on?
Writing on Survival of the Thickest. That's a Michelle Buteau show. I'm terrible at Michelle Buteau show on Netflix. This is the 3rd and final season. It's been a really fun, good run. She's a hilarious, great comic and actress, and just having fun with the writers. Some really, really good crew.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anyone I know?
Solomon Giorgio.
Oh, I love him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
her
funny
or
shit.
him?
Him.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think.
I think after 9 o'clock at night, it's her. Yeah. But super funny dude and very creative. And then so they decided already. They said 3 seasons were out.
Yeah, Netflix is like 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of the show?
Survival of the Thickest.
What does that mean?
It's based off a book.
Oh.
She wrote a book about her life, about doing comedy and meeting her boyfriend who became her husband, and then their trials and tribulation of trying to have kids.
Yeah.
And so the show is about her catching her boyfriend cheating.
Yeah.
And she moves out, and he had a great life for them, and she was a aspiring stylist. So then she has to like figure out life at her age, like from the beginning. Almost kind of like a crashing if Pete
happened
Holmes
20
was a
years later.
stylist.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she finds an apartment in Brooklyn and develops a whole community of friends.
Right.
And goes on the journey to become like a stylish into designer.
And is this an in-person writing job?
Yeah, it's half and half.
Oh, because I know there was a while where it was just...
Yeah. The first season was all on Zoom.
Yeah.
There's some shows where I never met the writers.
Uh-huh.
I ran into one writer, and he's like, "Hey, man, we wrote on so-and-so." I was like, "Oh, shit, my bad.
Yeah.
I never saw you in person before. I've only seen you from here up." so seeing the totality of you threw me. He's like, "Hey, Ian, we wrote on so-and-so for like a year." And I said, "Mike, I've never seen you out of this, bro. Seen you like this for like a year."
How did his body measure up to what you imagined it to be? Was it bigger or smaller?
It wasn't even his body that threw me.
Yeah.
It's his face with a body.
3-dimensional.
Yeah.
Right.
Seeing him in 3D threw me. Right. Because I should have remembered the face, but I ain't never seen that face like with arms.
No, it's like when people see a mugshot and then they recognize a person in the crowd. It's like I have no idea.
Yeah.
I went to West Palm Beach, Florida, and I did a show, and then this woman comes up to me after the show, and she looks familiar, but I'm not really sure. Maybe she's come seen me before, and I just recognize her because she bought a pin I sell pins after the show. I should have bought one for you. And she goes, "Hey, it's Cheryl," and I was like, "Hey, Cheryl," and she goes, "You don't recognize me?" I go, "No, I don't." She's like, "I was your therapist for a year during the pandemic." I was like, "Oh, shit." She was like, I got her on BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com. I got her on BetterHelp.
You used to therapize with her from your office. That you used to get away from with your family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I did not. I mean, as soon as she said it, I was like, oh, yeah, but like, I think maybe because
I would have been like, this is unprofessional, Cheryl.
it was unprofessional.
You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to approach us in the wild.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not. This is free range comedy.
Yeah.
That was weird. And also, she was kind of hot, like, on the Zoom. Like, I think they call it transference is when you start to have feelings for your therapist in therapy. You start to, because they're actually shutting up and listening to you, you start getting attracted to them.
Attracted to somebody listening.
So I was like, I was always like, I wasn't like a crush on her, but I was always like, wow, I was like happy. I'd be happy to do the therapy. I'd be happy to talk to her.
Look forward to talking to her. Yeah.
And so then I saw her in person, and it was like I didn't feel that at all.
Right.
I just felt like invaded. I felt like she caught me off guard.
She knows all your personal shit, and she comes in a unlicensed area.
Right.
And like, so what and you only know how to talk to her like a therapist. What are you supposed to do now? Talk to her like a regular human being?
Yeah, right. She's like, well, I really enjoyed the show. And I was like, thank you, but it brought up a lot of childhood stuff for me just now. I start crying while I'm selling my pins.
It's hilarious. You should have went home with her and laid on her couch. And she's sitting in the chair. Is that considered cheating?
Yeah, right. Can I go back to your place?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to have sex? No, I just want to really, I want to have in person.
Yeah.
Have you done therapy?
Yeah.
In person or over the Zoom?
In person.
Yeah.
Like 6 times.
6 times?
Yeah.
What's the longest you ever went for?
6 times.
Oh, you mean 6 visits?
6 visits.
Oh,
yeah.
I think I'm at 6 different doctors.
Yeah, no.
6 visits, and you feel like you pretty much figured it out?
Yeah, she wasn't helping me come up with no material.
That is the best place to get material.
Yeah. She was not a good writing partner.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not. Howard Stern's whole career was getting stuff from his childhood by talking to his therapist. So I was like, if I'm gonna go to a therapist, we better come up with some huge bits.
Yeah. I don't need a whole routine every time, but at least 1 or 2 bits.
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah. I came up with some shit therapy for sure. I'd come out of therapy and I'd always sit down and I would like kind of journal what we just talked about because I forget everything otherwise. And there was definitely some good childhood stuff that I came up with out of that. I got to go back. You went 6 times. You never feel like, God, I need some help.
No, I mean, some black people just be like,
yeah,
fuck it.
Right.
I'm one of them. Like,
right.
But
I'm one of them.
we're like, I made it this far.
Yeah, right. I don't need to be diagnosed as black. She's going to figure that out before the first meeting.
Let me knock on wood. If something traumatic happened, I'd probably go.
Yeah.
But
so you haven't had anything traumatic in your life?
Luckily.
Your father never hit you?
Yeah.
But you call that
trauma? Not to be stereotypical, but that shit. The shit some white people consider trauma is my baseline.
Yeah, we got a very low threshold for what's trauma.
Yeah.
I know. I guess it depends on how you get hit too.
With a belt.
Yeah, I got the belt.
Yeah, you got the belt.
Nah, I got the belt.
Yeah, but I figured, I don't know, I always thought, I get it now, and I understand, what, people watching this might think, but I was like, I feel like if I wasn't disciplined, like, I wouldn't, like, live the pretty much, besides comedy, straight and narrow life I lead now.
Right.
And plus,
gave you a little bit of edge.
Edge, and also, like, even I went to school in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the teachers beat you.
No.
Straight up, fam.
Really?
Yeah. And then if you were, like, a repeat offender, like, and if you had a female teacher, they'd either get the principal or that there's always, like, a notorious male teacher.
Like a designated hitter.
That, like his beatings are legendary. And they'd go get him to come to your class to deal with you. You know what I'm saying?
And it's Jamaica, so they don't hit you; they just kick you.
No,
like a soccer ball.
No, they got belts, or like they got like a leather belt. Like,
in front of the class, would they do it?
Yeah, everybody got your ass whooped in front of the. Like there's 2 beating stories. Like I used to go to school with this kid named Shane. He lived across the street from me, and in the morning, you got to have your homework. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That kicks off the day.
Yeah.
Like in the morning, there's the people sitting down that did their homework, and then there's the people in line to get their ass whooped.
No shit.
If they didn't do their homework.
Really?
Every morning, Shane I'm like, Shane, I saw you the night before, bro, on your veranda. Why didn't you do your homework? Like, I'm sitting down. We walked to school together. Why are we living these two different lives? Like, Shane would be in the line getting his hand whooped. Maybe, was that Shane? I think it was Shane.
Yeah.
Then here's the other story. So you start the day off with an ass whooping.
Yeah.
If you didn't do your homework.
Right.
I'd always just do my homework. And then my teacher was a banker. So every Wednesday, the school would go banking. So that means your parents would give you some money, and the school opened up a bank account for all the kids.
Uh-huh.
And then you give the teacher the money, and you have your bank book, and they write it in, and then they take it to the bank.
Actual money.
But it's like pennies. It's like a dollar or whatever.
Just to teach you how to do it.
Just to teach you how to do it.
Yeah.
And then you come back and you give you a bank book. So some teachers had to go to the bank, and our teacher was one of the ones that went to the bank. So then we'd either have a substitute, I forgot how it went, or she'd leave a certain amount of work for you to do. And when she comes back from the bank after at 1 p.m. or whatever, it's just like the morning. Like, if you don't have the work done,
yeah, right.
It's take them licks again time.
Right.
So again, let's just say it was Shane.
Yeah.
So Shane didn't do the goddamn work, right? So the teacher's like, bam, you have to hold out your hand, take it, hold out your hand,
with a belt.
She's got the belt.
Yeah.
Bam. And then sometimes people will be like, it'll be the first one hurt so much, or the anticipation of it.
Yeah.
You like pull your hand, and then you put it back. And if you make her do this and miss a certain amount, then it's all over you. then it's full body contact. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
And it's full body contact, right? So Shane is like, bam, bam, then he pulls it. So then she's pissed. So she's like full body. So Shane backs up, and they go behind the blackboard. Like, they go behind the blackboard, they disappear. You see the top of her belt coming. And then you see her coming backwards like this. And then Shane is coming back, and he's got his belt out of his pants.
No way.
And she's back. He had enough. That nigga took his belt out and beat the teacher. It was like a swashbuckler, old school pirate movie, fam.
Both their pants are around their ankles because they have no belts on. Oh my
man.
God. Can you imagine doing that in a U.S. school?
Yeah.
Even if you threatened to do that, you would be fired.
Yeah.
Do you think they still do it like that in Jamaica?
I got to check.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't
fucking
trying
hilarious. Jesus.
I wasn't trying to get no ass whoopings. I got a few here and there.
Yeah. I remember one time
good.
my father told me, he took his belt off and he told me to put out my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I put out my hands and he hit it. And my dad was 6'2" from the Bronx. He was a tough guy. Mm-hmm. And he slapped my hand and it didn't hurt that bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked him right in the eye and I put my hand out again and he goes, turn it over. So I turned my hand over where, the bones are. And then he hit that and I yowled like a dog. And he did that a few times.
Why did you look at him so defiant, like you're Denzel Washington from Glory? just act like it hurt.
I know. I should have been like a WWE guy,
it's
falling down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had a defiant attitude.
Yeah.
I didn't like anybody
telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, all right, let's do a thing called Fastballs with Fitz. I think you've done this before.
Yeah, let's see.
Do you remember?
I think so. I can't remember anything.
I can't remember anything anymore either.
Yeah.
Hopefully the listeners can't because we're doing the same segment. All right, Fastballs with Fitz. Let's do this. Some questions. You're going to answer them right away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who killed JFK?
We don't know. Maybe the mob.
You don't think it could have been the government in any way?
I feel like maybe the mob with government's permission.
So the mob ordered the hit and the mob executed it.
I feel like the government and the mob was very intertwined.
Yes.
Back then.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? I saw this old YouTube video of a guy that was interviewed in the 70s, and he said he was one of the mobsters. He was there that day, and they interviewed him from his home.
Yeah.
And he said he was going to die soon, so he just wanted to. So he just told this whole story about that day. He met not Jack Ruby, Pat. What's his name? Not Patton Oswalt.
John. Who's the guy who killed Lee Harvey Oswald?
He met Lee Harvey Oswald,
yeah.
And he told this whole, I forgot the guy's name. This whole thing about the months leading up to it, what he had to bring, how he got to town, what he left in, and who else he saw. And there was so many moving parts.
Yeah.
Because they just wanted to make sure they got it done that day.
Right.
Yeah. So he was a part of it, and he didn't have to actually end up doing it.
Yeah.
But he was involved.
But you think about how many people would have had to have been involved,
Mm-hmm.
You've got all the security, you got so much cover up, you got all the planning.
Mm-hmm.
You've minimum 50 people.
Right.
And not one of them talked.
Right.
And I believe the CIA was definitely involved.
Right. That's possible, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did mention some CIA operatives, but he got in through this, I think, a Chicago mob boss that kind of raised him, and that he came up in the game.
Oh, okay.
And they wanted Kennedy gone.
Yeah.
For whatever their reasons was. I
think
it was
a lot of reasons.
Because of the casino shit.
Well, there was casino shit. There was also
the Bay of Pigs. They wanted
Cuba.
The Cuba casino shit.
Well, there was that, and also but actually, JFK was trying to open up relations with Cuba a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and he was also trying to warm things up with Khrushchev in Russia, which the CIA was. This is the Cold War. This is when the government was making money hand over fist from the defense contractors, and then he was working with the civil rights activists. They didn't like that.
Right,
He was working with the anti-war protesters. They didn't like that. There's a lot of people that didn't want Kennedy to be around.
Right.
Is there any project that you're ever involved in that you regret?
Any project? Me.
You should have backed a better horse.
Yeah, I should have backed a better horse. I totally regret this project.
What was I thinking?
But after I picked the assignment, it's too late. You can't. Can't get out of it.
Right,
so it's
right.
fuck it.
Yeah. You have no other career options left.
Yeah.
Shit. Who's the worst guy that ever opened for you? Not by name, but just do you remember somebody opening for you?
Oh shit! It's funny. I was kind of talking with Jesus about this club, but not the scenario.
Yeah.
So, fuck it. I did Go Bananas.
Yeah, in Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati, and the host. I brought Davey Wester with me. Davey Wester, he has cerebral palsy, so he's featuring.
Okay.
And there was this host. He's from out that way, 6-something. It's 7-ish, and huge, And I forgot, but he was telling, I wasn't there, but he's telling Davey in the green room that he should be featuring. It shouldn't be Davey, and but some shit like that.
Saying this is the guy with cerebral palsy.
Saying to the guy with cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
And he was then he messed up both our intros. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought that was an accident. But then when I heard from Davey later on, and then he did something to me that I normally would blow off, but then the next day, he done something to piss off the people at Go Bananas.
Yeah.
So then they hit me up, and I've never done this before. So and there's do you want him back? And I said, nah, let's get rid of him.
You mean the next night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do, because it was we did the Thursday.
Right.
And I was like, why have that? He's huge. The green room is small. say the size of that bathroom. The green room is the size of that. And so it's me and Davey and this huge ass dude with this energy that thinks he's better than us.
Yeah.
Let's get that out of there.
Yeah. I like that. That felt good.
Yeah.
pulling out a bad
It didn't even
tooth.
feel good, but it was the best thing to do, like to enjoy the weekend.
Well, I just had a show. I was in Denver, and one of the comics on the show, they have different comics on the show every night when you're
Right.
at the comedy work. So this guy comes in, and I'm sitting in the green room, and he comes in, and, I introduce myself, how you doing, blah, blah, short, small talk. And then he goes, I have to tell you, like, years ago, I showed up to this club in, like, I think he said, like, St. Louis or something. And he goes, and I came in, and you came into the green room, and like the showroom was like hot. The air conditioner was broken, and you came in and you were like, I told them to fix the air conditioning. It's so goddamn hot in here. And then he goes, and then you looked at me and you went, and who the fuck are you? And I was immediately like, I go, why would you say that to me? Like, first of all, I don't think it's true. Like,
Right.
maybe I was in a bad mood, but you know how people always blow stories up
Right,
over
right,
time.
right.
You always have to be the bad guy or the
Right.
good guy. There's nothing in between. And so I was probably in a shitty mood or whatever. But I was like, I'm about to go on and headline a show. Like, do you want me to apologize? So I literally said to him, I go, I can't believe you would like say that to me right now. And he's like, oh, no. I thought what? Like, there's a funny story? Makes me feel like shit. I go, I don't think I'm a bad guy. So anyway, that was weird.
And he was one of the.
He was one of the openers. Yeah.
Shit. So what'd you do?
I just, I didn't make a deal out of it. I hung out with him later. I small talk with him later. I
Right.
mean, I'm not like, that's all I need is to go like, he was a dick twice.
I would have doubled down.
I know.
Get this fucking guy out of here.
If it was you would have gotten him fired. Yeah.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. Get the fuck out of here.
And tell him to fix the air conditioner
Yeah.
on the way out.
Yeah.
All right. What about, have you ever lent anybody a lot of money?
Yeah.
Did you get it back?
Nah, because I don't loan people money to get it back.
Yeah.
Like when I lend people money, I lend them the amount that I can afford to lose. So if somebody
it.
wants to borrow some money and it's higher than the amount that I can afford to lose, I'd be like, listen, I can loan you this amount.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when I loan it to them, I'd be like, I don't necessarily need it back. I don't say that to them.
Yeah.
Just so that when they take a long time to pay back, and some of them pay back.
Yeah.
But if they don't, I just don't want us to not be talking.
Right.
Because
So it doesn't affect the friendship if they don't pay you back.
Right.
That's good.
And I do it that way. Like, I can afford to lose this. I don't want this to affect our friendship.
Right.
Because you can't just be running out of friends over money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah.
Now the word's out. Now they've done the podcast.
Yeah, now I'm never going to get back none of the money that I have loaned out now. I want my money back, y'all.
Yeah, and I want to talk to you after the show. Actually, I got a question I want to ask you. Have you ever not finished a set on stage?
Yeah. Even if you finish a set sometimes, you feel like you didn't finish.
Yeah, right.
The other night I was at the upstairs and I had another set to get to. The show started late and then I only had maybe 13 of the 15 minutes and then this guy was interrupting the whole show and he'd throw off the punchlines because he'd draw people's attention to shit that he was like throwing out. And then when I finally decided to deal with him, the light came on and I had to go. And I was like, this guy won.
Yeah.
And like the audience saw me rattled. I didn't have the time to even relax and like take the 5 minutes I would need to like defeat him.
Right.
And win that night.
Right.
And I just had to like throw out like a meaningless threat like, you're lucky I gotta go.
Did you say that?
Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah.
But not in not in fighting terms, but in terms of like to show you that I am the comic.
Yeah.
You know, and this is my stage and this is my night.
Yeah.
But I gotta fucking go.
Yeah.
Because dealing with you, I'm already anxious about being late for the next show. Dealing with you would eat into that time.
Yep.
And I'll still be thinking about how I gotta drive to the Comedy Store from downtown afterwards.
No, if you're doing
so I just took the L.
If you're headlining a show, you're up there for an hour.
Right.
You know, if something like that happens, you can absorb that 5 minutes. You can handle that person.
Right.
You can get the show back on track. But if you're doing 15 minutes, first of all, you don't want to. You're there because you're probably not making much money. You're doing it to try new material.
Yeah.
So now I can't try my material because I got to like teach you a lesson. So yeah, that's frustrating.
Yeah.
All right, finally, Ian Edwards, what's the hackiest bit you've ever done?
Oh, last night. Last night I went full hack.
Yeah.
Because I did a show in Oakview, which is right next to Ojai.
Okay.
And so it's out there. It's like the freeway ends and you're in this town, but everything is like sparsely placed.
Yeah.
You know, like, and everything is black. The only lights you got is your headlights.
Yeah.
And I was doing this Moose Lodge.
No way.
Yes. Like that
Boy,
type
I
of
hope this special works out for you, man.
Yeah. But I was doing, I've done shows up there during the pandemic. The same guy, Jake Gallo. He would
dude, I do a pizza place for Jake Gallo.
Yeah, so the pizza place was
right.
like in the strip mall.
Yep.
Which was like, it's a pandemic. You're like, I need to
and
get on stage.
And it's the most fun fucking crowd.
Exactly.
They're the best.
Exactly. You're like, how the fuck did this turn out to be one of the shows of my life?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like outside of a pizza parlor in a strip mall. So he booked the Moose Lodge.
Uh-huh.
So
the Moose Lodge
in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So when I went on stage, you know, Moose Lodges only have white people, and it's dark. And I was like, you know what? I went on stage and said, first of all, you can't invite a black person to the Moose Lodge in the middle of nowhere and expect them not to feel like something's up. Like, this is the beginning of a horror movie.
Yeah, right.
You know? So I just went into like me being the only black guy, but I couldn't not do it because we did. And then there was one black guy there, and I was like, how long have they kept you here for?
It's like a Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah, like, it felt like the beginning of a Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah.
Because it was in the middle of nowhere. Normally I wouldn't have went there. I knew it was going to work.
Yeah.
They were dying.
Yeah.
And it was definitely hacky.
Yeah.
But it fit the fucking
You had to do it.
moment. And then I went into my original material.
Right.
Yeah.
I like it.
I had to do it.
All right, Ian Edwards, the special is called Untitled. It's on his channel on YouTube. Support it. Make a donation. The money will go to a charity later to be named.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't want to handle money. Like, I'm bad with money. So that's why I was like, just watch it and get the views up, and I'll give that money.
Okay.
Like, I'm not even sure I'll put, like, if there's a donation thing for, like, a direct charity that I don't touch.
Right.
I'll do that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Like, any money you donate to me, I would say, let me look up, like, a good charity. I put the link to it.
This sounds so shady.
It's not. I'm just, listen. There's two things. I want to help, but I'm also bad with money. So I got to help in the most baseline.
Right.
So now, if the special makes money from people watching it, like, I know I can take that amount of money.
The YouTube ad money. That comes passively. You don't have to do anything. Passively. It just comes in.
And say, hey, let me take this amount of money and donate it to said charity. That I can do.
You're an amazing guy.
Yeah.
You're a great American.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Started out Jamaican, turned into a great American.
Yeah. See, all these ass whoopings worked out.
They worked out.
Beat your kids, people.
Get out your belts.
Get out your belts. Beat your kids.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
All right. Thank you, brother.
See ya.
Appreciate you.